Welcome to the True Wealth Investors Real Estate Podcast. Creative investing strategies to help you build true wealth. I'm your host, Chad Harris. Hey everybody, glad to have you back. Glad you're joining us. As always, I appreciate you being here, and feel free to leave us a rating and a review. That helps other people find us. I appreciate it. If you leave a comment, I'd be glad to get back with you. I always appreciate knowing really what is helping you and what you're finding insightful. All right. So today we're talking about what is going on in this crazy market. This last week I ran a bus tour for our local RIA where we toured different properties, had teaching on how to read a CMA, comparative market analysis. That'll be an upcoming podcast episode, how to use that CMA. So everybody on the tour was trained on how to read a CMA, and then we went out and looked at actual properties that were listed. One property that was off market, and it was really good experience. It was interesting for me seeing all of these listed properties now through new investors' eyes, right? For me, walking through a property that's beat up and has cream colored carpet that is now black from use, it's not that big a deal. The scent, not that big a deal. I see what potential is there, but it was interesting seeing it through the eyes of new investors, um, where this is a totally new process. So very beneficial for me. Everybody on the tour said it was really beneficial for them. So the reason I'm bringing it up, though, was that I was talking to uh, the one of the people who was leading it with me, who's a realtor in the market, and we were talking through comps and what the comparable sales in the area were for the different listings. And even though I'm in real estate full time, I'm in the neighborhoods, I'm always looking at deals, I was still amazed by some of the comps. So some neighborhoods prices have just taken off. Prices in our market have gone up like most markets, um, across the entire market, but there's some neighborhoods that I wouldn't say are gentrifying, but you have that maybe they were typically rental neighborhoods and suddenly you have retail flip sales in that neighborhood. And so the comps that we're getting are much higher than they used to be. It used to be the only sales in that neighborhood where it was an investor who was fixing up the property. And now you have sales on the retail side of things with buyers who are using FHA financing and are willing to pay much more than an investor. So it was interesting to me because we had seen where prices had somewhat stalled with the higher interest rates, and people were thinking, well, we'd hit the peak and it was starting to come back down. But in reality, they stalled and now they're going up again, in the Dayton, Ohio market. And so it's a really good idea for you if you haven't been looking in the neighborhoods you own properties, or you haven't been looking at all sales. It's a good idea to get back in the data. If you work with a realtor, talk to your realtor, pull comps on different areas, or just get online and look at it. Okay, look at the data because it's changing faster than I thought it would, at least in our market. So, and a lot of people are predicting, I hear people say, investors say, I'm waiting for blah, blah, blah to change, right? I'm going to start buying again, or I'm going to be finding better deals once blah, blah, blah happens. Interest rates go down, inventory comes up, whatever it is. There's a long list of those things. But from my perspective, once interest rates come down, well, then prices are going to go up. We're going to actually lose ground if we're waiting for a better deal when interest rates drop, because we're going to be paying more for that same property. And if we're doing buy and hold strategy, if we wait for a lot of inventory, generally that means something has changed in the market and the economy. And in my experience, when there's high inventory of houses, it's also hard to fill units. Where right now, we still have good candidates, or we're still getting lots of applicants for our units. Now, I mean, it's harder than it was 2 years ago, but still getting good candidates. So I would say, check out your area, see what is actually going on in your area. If you own rentals, are there retail sales going on right now in your rental area that will increase the comps and increase the value of the property? If you're doing a flip, I would make sure, check the sales in that area, make sure you're getting retail sales because things are changing drastically or quickly. All right. And then coming up, we'll have an episode on how to use a CMA so that you can leverage your realtor and the MLS data to make that much easier. All right. I hope it was beneficial. As always, until next week, keep building your dream life one door at a time. We are adding new episodes every week, so make sure and subscribe and check out all of our content at truewealthinvestors.com.